I'm really excited to share that ASPiH have become a full partner with the Journal of Healthcare Simulation. So I think it's amazing for the journal, but I think it's also amazing for the ASPiH members who will receive a 50% discount on the article processing charge. So you have to ask you the question, why would you not be a member of ASPiH? Because it'll save you, I think the article processing charge is about £1,500, so it saves you 50% of that. So the conference my involvement's been quite limited, and I'm really excited to say that I attended the plenary session with Roger Kneebone and Sharon Weldon, and it was so exciting to hear their history of simulations. It's a very contemporary history of simulation, and I think Roger always has a particular way of looking at simulation that's a little bit different to certainly the way that I've come to it. And I also had the great privilege of working with him for about 10 years. So that was really amazing to see how some of that early work that we did together, how he has just moved that on. So that was really exciting. And I've just come off a workshop on writing for publication in healthcare simulation journals. I was really expecting about 12 people, but there were over 45 people in the room, which just to me signifies the hunger for ASPiH member produced content. So that's been very exciting, and amongst the delegates there were some pretty good ideas about the nature of the work that they want to publish, so I'm really excited.
Simtechs are the people who fund, who make things happen from our point of view. So we have over the years tried to support Simtechs and get them to conferences as much as possible. But they're the people who use our kit, our camera systems and our general technology. They're the people who use it. So it's quite expensive to come to a conference. So we last year started to say, right, okay, we said to ASPiH, we will fund 65 Simtechs to come to the conference. It's about £25,000. So that's what we did then. And then we hoped by this year it would be maybe a tax on the exhibitors, so every exhibitor would contribute. It didn't quite happen that way. So we've done it again this year to fund the same number of Simtechs to come here as well. And that means they get to the conference, and it's made the conference bigger. It's made it more vibrant, because they're the people who pick up this kit and use it. And many of them are our customers. So we've got lots of Smots customers here. There's about 800 people here, so a fair number of them are Simtechs. So we've been doing this conference for 15 years, and every year it's been somewhere else. And it was in Edinburgh once, I think, but this year it's literally 500 metres from our office, our head office. We've got a sim man in the window looking out at Edinburgh Castle. And yeah, it's very good having it on our doorstep. And Edinburgh is a great place for people to visit. You know, it's a popular destination. Absolutely, to meet our customer base and the people who use our kit. So the mobile trolleys, giving people Smots mugs, the Simtechs, sponsoring the Simtechs, and just generally having a chance to catch up with people who use the kit. And it's once a year, but it's really valuable for us in that respect. And it's much easier for us than having to go all around the country or the world to meet people. They're coming here, so it's great.
So I was sharing my experience of working within a global healthcare partnership within the Bristol Royal Infirmary in the UK and Nanyuki Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kenya. We've been setting up a simulation program, specifically working with staff from Nanyuki Hospital, training them as simulation facilitators, because my feeling certainly is that they are in the best position to understand how to approach simulation within their context, and really just sharing how much of a privilege it's been to work with such an incredibly dedicated, hard-working, ingenious group of people, really seeing simulation activities take off. So I think that there are a lot of similarities between how we should approach simulation and how we should approach global healthcare partnerships. The humility and openness that I think you need going into SIM, I think mirrors the approach we should have working with partners within a global health context. In addition, so simulation is underrepresented in the majority world. There are a lot of countries that are trying to push through simulation activities, but it's not yet the norm, such as in Kenya. And I think it's important to appreciate people's experience of simulation globally in different contexts, and the challenges and successes that may be specific to running simulations in a low or middle income country with limited resources, and how we're running simulations in other contexts. So, I mean, like I said, for me it's been a privilege to work with this team, and I think any team who is pushing through simulation activities and who have embraced simulation and are really running away with it, I think their stories need to be shared.
Yes, thank you. So my project was looking at a new radio opaque elbow model for fixing children's elbow fractures. I was absolutely delighted when I got the email to say that I'd won Best Abstract here at the conference. We found that using this model helped our registrars to be more confident in K-wiring elbows for children post the workshop, and we also found that the participants reported that it was very realistic, and we do have some critical outcomes from the workshop that we've got areas for improvement to make this model better, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to use it to improve outcomes for children's fractures. Oh, I was absolutely delighted. It's a real privilege. This is a brilliant conference, and I've learned so much from all of the workshops and the lectures here as well.
So at the moment I'm heavily involved with the Journal Club that ASPiH has been running for a number of years. And I help just to chair some of the sessions, and I help just to decide about the articles that we discuss on it. And that's a great question. So that's something that came up during a different conference when we met with colleagues from Chile and from South America. We realized that they didn't have a journal club, and one of the issues that we're finding is that most of them were in English. And one of the main barriers that they had is that they felt that some of the members didn't feel that comfortable putting their thoughts in that second language. So we thought it would be a good idea just to expand ASPiH a little bit more towards those lands. To get in touch, we got in touch with them. We are trying to run a joint journal club with them with Spanish as the main language.
Oh, I'm just always so excited about being at any conference, and particularly proud of ASPiH this year, celebrating 15 years. We have really had the most high quality presentations, the keynotes, people sharing their expertise, and with I think 45 workshops. I haven't been to all of them, of course, but just the take home messages about collaboration, the need to share, the wanting to share, the changing our perspective from not being one particular organisation, but coming together with all our thoughts and that collective collaborative, and bringing on people from industry to be corporate council partner members, and just having things like Dragon's Den to have initiatives. There's just been such a buzz. It's brilliant that we're going to have some of it online on the ASPiH portal. Really looking forward to all of that. But yeah, it's just great when we come together. We are better together, and that's the energy I've got, even though it's been a long couple of days. It's just wonderful, and I look forward to taking all of that back home, with my team who've been here as well, and the rest of the ASPiH committee and all our members. It's just been a wonderful event.